The U.S. jobs report for February 2025 arrived on March 7, 2025. This report is one of the most anticipated economic indicators, as it provides a snapshot of the country's employment situation. All eyes were on the numbers. Analysts, economists, and market watchers were eagerly awaiting the data to gauge the health of the labor market. This report is a big deal. It not only affects financial markets, but also influences policy decisions and business strategies. It tells us how the economy is really doing. The data includes information on job creation, unemployment rates, and wage growth, which are critical indicators of economic health. Businesses, investors, and policymakers all pay close attention. They use this information to make informed decisions about hiring, investments, and economic policies. This report helps them make decisions. For instance, a strong jobs report might encourage businesses to expand and hire more workers, while a weak report could lead to caution and cutbacks. The February report had some good news and some not so good news. On one hand, job creation was steady, indicating resilience in the labor market. It was a mixed bag, leaving many wondering what it means for the future. The unemployment rate remained unchanged, but wage growth was slower than expected. The report showed that the economy is still growing. However, the pace of growth has slowed, which has raised concerns among economists and policymakers. But it is growing at a slower pace than many had hoped. This slowdown could be a sign of underlying issues that need to be addressed. This report is especially important because it comes at a time of economic uncertainty. With various factors influencing the economy, the jobs report provides crucial insights. Inflation is still a concern. Rising prices have been affecting consumers and businesses alike, making it harder for people to make ends meet. The Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates. This is part of their strategy to combat inflation, but it also has implications for borrowing and spending. The war in Ukraine is also causing problems for the global economy. The conflict has disrupted supply chains and increased uncertainty, adding to the challenges faced by businesses and policymakers. In summary, the February jobs report provides a complex picture of the current economic landscape. While there are positive signs of growth, there are also significant challenges that need to be addressed. The coming months will be crucial in determining the direction of the economy. One of the most closely watched numbers in the jobs report is the non-farm payroll figure. This figure is a critical indicator of the health of the economy, as it reflects the number of jobs added or lost in various sectors, excluding the agricultural sector. Analysts, policymakers, and investors eagerly await this number each month to gauge the direction in which the economy is heading. It tells us how many jobs were added or lost in the economy, excluding the farm sector. This data is crucial because it helps to understand the underlying trends in employment and can influence decisions made by businesses and government officials. For instance, a significant increase in non-farm payrolls might indicate a robust economy, while a decrease could signal economic troubles ahead. Economists had predicted that the NFP would increase by 170,000 jobs in February. These predictions are based on various economic models and indicators, including consumer spending, business investments, and other macroeconomic factors. Accurate predictions can help businesses and investors make informed decisions. However, the actual number came in much lower. This discrepancy between the predicted and actual figures can have significant implications. It can lead to market volatility as investors react to the unexpected news. Moreover, it can affect consumer confidence, as people may become more cautious about spending if they perceive the job market to be weakening. The NFP only rose by 151,000 jobs. This was below expectations. Such a shortfall can be concerning, as it suggests that the economy might not be as strong as previously thought. It can also prompt policymakers to reconsider their strategies, potentially leading to changes in interest rates or other economic policies. It suggests that the labor market may be cooling down. A cooling labor market can have wide-ranging effects, from reduced consumer spending to lower business investments. It can also impact wage growth, as employers may become less willing to offer higher salaries in a weaker job market. This slowdown in job growth could be due to a number of factors. Various elements, such as economic policies, global trade dynamics, and technological advancements, can influence job growth. Understanding these factors is essential for developing effective strategies to stimulate employment. Higher interest rates could be making businesses more cautious about hiring. When borrowing costs rise, companies may delay or reduce their expansion plans, leading to fewer job openings. This cautious approach can ripple through the economy, affecting everything from consumer spending to overall economic growth. The strong dollar is hurting American exports. A strong dollar makes U.S. goods more expensive for foreign buyers, which can reduce demand for American products abroad. This decline in exports can lead to lower production levels, and consequently, fewer jobs in export-dependent industries. This could lead to job losses in the manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector is particularly vulnerable to changes in global trade dynamics and currency fluctuations. Job losses in this sector can have a cascading effect, impacting local economies and communities that rely heavily on manufacturing jobs. The February jobs report showed that some sectors of the economy are doing better than others. The healthcare sector was a bright spot. It added 52,000 jobs in February. This is likely due to the aging population and the increasing demand for healthcare services. The construction sector also added jobs. It gained 19,000 positions. This is a positive sign for the housing market. It suggests that demand for new homes remains strong. However, other sectors of the economy struggled. The leisure and hospitality sector lost 16,000 jobs. This sector is sensitive to changes in the economy. The government sector also lost jobs in February. This was driven by a loss of 10,000 federal jobs. This is due to the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency. The DOGE is tasked with streamlining government operations and reducing costs. These job losses are likely to have a negative impact on the economy. Government workers tend to be well paid and have good benefits. Their job losses will reduce consumer spending. It could also lead to a decrease in the demand for goods and services. Section 5. Mixed signals for workers. The February jobs report also showed that the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.1%. This is up from 4.0% in January. The unemployment rate is a key indicator of the health of the labor market. A rising unemployment rate suggests that the labor market is weakening. However, the rise in the unemployment rate was driven by an increase in the labor force participation rate. This means that more people are either working or actively looking for work. This is generally seen as a positive sign. It suggests that people are more optimistic about the economy. Section 6. The Fed holds steady. The February jobs report is likely to have a significant impact on the Federal Reserve's monetary policy. This report, which details the number of jobs added or lost in the economy, is a crucial indicator of economic health. A strong jobs report can signal a robust economy, while a weak one might indicate economic troubles. The Federal Reserve closely monitors these reports to gauge the overall economic climate, and to make informed decisions about monetary policy. The data from this report can influence whether the Fed decides to raise, lower, or maintain interest rates. The Fed has been raising interest rates in an effort to cool the economy and bring down inflation. By increasing the cost of borrowing, the Fed aims to reduce spending and investment, which can help to slow down an overheating economy. This strategy is intended to keep inflation in check and ensure that the economy grows at a sustainable pace. However, raising interest rates can also have the side effect of slowing down economic growth and potentially leading to higher unemployment. However, the slowdown in job growth may give the Fed pause. If the job market shows signs of weakening, the Fed might reconsider its approach to raising interest rates. A slower pace of job growth can indicate that the economy is starting to cool off on its own without the need for further intervention from the Fed. This could lead the Fed to adopt a more cautious stance, waiting to see how the economy evolves before making any further changes to interest rates. In his February 11, 2025, testimony, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that the Fed would be patient in its approach to raising interest rates. He emphasized the importance of not acting too quickly and potentially disrupting the economic recovery. Powell's comments suggest that the Fed is aware of the delicate balance it must maintain between controlling inflation and supporting economic growth. By being patient, the Fed hopes to avoid making hasty decisions that could have negative consequences for the economy. He also said that the Fed would be data dependent. This means that the Fed will base its decisions on the latest economic data, rather than sticking to a predetermined course of action. By being data dependent, the Fed can respond more flexibly to changing economic conditions. This approach allows the Fed to adjust its policies as needed to support the economy and achieve its goals of maximum employment and stable prices. This means that the Fed will be closely watching economic indicators, like the jobs report, before making any decisions about interest rates. Other key indicators include inflation rates, consumer spending, and business investment. By monitoring these indicators, the Fed can get a comprehensive view of the economy's health and make more informed decisions. This careful and measured approach is designed to help the Fed navigate the complex economic landscape and support a stable and prosperous economy. Section 7. Spending and inflation. The February jobs report could also have an impact on consumer spending and inflation. Consumer spending is a major driver of economic growth. When people feel confident about the economy, they are more likely to spend money. However, the slowdown in job growth and the rising unemployment rate could make consumers more cautious about spending. This could lead to a slowdown in economic growth. Inflation is another concern. The tight labor market has been putting upward pressure on wages. This could lead to higher prices for goods and services. Section 8. Market reactions. The stock market had a mixed reaction to the February jobs report. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up slightly in early trading. However, the Nasdaq Composite was down slightly. The mixed reaction reflects the uncertainty surrounding the economic outlook. Some investors are concerned that the slowdown in job growth could be a sign of a weakening economy. Others believe that the economy is still strong and that the slowdown in job growth is only temporary. Section 9. The road ahead. The February jobs report provides a mixed picture of the U.S. economy. The economy is still growing but at a slower pace. The labor market is still strong, but there are some signs of weakness. The Federal Reserve is likely to remain cautious in its approach to raising interest rates. The economic outlook for the rest of 2025 remains uncertain. The war in Ukraine, rising interest rates, and inflation are all headwinds for the economy. However, the strong labor market and robust consumer spending are tailwinds. Only time will tell how these competing forces will play out.